Welcome into the Dynasty Deal Show. I'm Ty at Ty Declare 44, and I am joined by Scott at Charles Chill FFB and the GQ Honcho, Ray GQ in the building. Welcome in, everybody. This is the Dynasty Deal Show. We go live every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and this show is exclusive to YouTube members. To get your trades on this show or on a future episode, go sign up with the Trades and Chill member tier down below. Hit that little join button. You get access to early videos, members-only chats, premium live streams, get the sweatpants emoji, and direct trade submissions. These shows pop up 9 or more early in the day on Fridays. So you can get your trades in early like all of our great people do it here. And hit that little QR code in the bottom right corner if you want more from DDFFB. And Ray, you are a repeat customer, so you'll know. I got one rule on this show. If you hear this good old sounder, we got to wrap it up and move on to the next one. So we good, fellas?
Good to go.
Right, let's do it. Let's throw some super chats. We got Boyan Antonoff in the house. My guy Boyan. Don't got any trade questions, just dropping this off here for some kings. Well, Boyan, next time you have one, hit us up. We got you for sure. We appreciate it, Boyan. Looks we got Canadian money. All right, we got some Australian money. Max FF. Let's go. Startup draft. 12 by 11. Superflex. 2 tight ends. 2 tight end premium. And a 0.25 point per carry. It's a 6 -2 passing interception scoring. -1 per sack as well. Where would you expect Bowers and McBride to go in the first round? Any strategies you would prefer in this format? Thanks. So, Scott, I'll start with you here. 2 tight end, 2 tight end premium. Where is the ceiling for Bowers and McBride in a startup?
Yeah, fun format. I'm just looking at 2 tight end premium. Boom, tight ends up. 0.25 point per carry, running backs up. 6 point per passing touchdown, quarterbacks up. What do we not see here? Receivers. And that's typically what everybody chases in a startup. So my strategy is I'm fine punting receiver. I'll get to that range where it feels a little gross. But I think in this format, there's not going to be scarcity at quarterback. It's just how high do you want to go? If you want to get a difference maker, a guy that can run like Lamar or Allen, like those guys are going to get the 0.25 point per carry, I assume, which makes them extremely valuable against everything else in the league. At the same time, you could argue if someone took Bowers 101, I wouldn't say it's crazy because there's a scarcity issue too, right? You not only have the best tight end, but if you're stacking tight ends, let's say you go Bowers, then you double down later and you take 2 more that you think are top 10 guys. You are pushing the field a little bit. You're pushing a couple more teams into just their dumpster diving, and they don't have enough of them. Teams are probably going to roster a lot more of them, Ray, because they don't have good ones, right? You're going to see teams that are just crawling at the back end, praying for like 7 points a week out of the random tight end 40 that they were forced to roster. And I'm sitting here going, okay, quarterback, running back, I can just stack other things. So if you took these 2 guys, top 5, top 3 even, if you think McBride's that good, 102, which seems insane. But if you leaned into it, I think they could go as high as that. They probably won't. So you probably got to decide, what do you want to do if you're picking 103, 104, 105? You probably still get one of these guys.
Yeah. Shouts out to Chris over at Birdhouse Dynasty. I did a startup with him this offseason. Bowers went 101. I took McBride 109. Right. And again, that league, it was more so geared strictly towards the tight ends. But like you said, Scott, this is kind of a tide that raises all boats. So, Ray, when you're in one of those leagues, how do you usually approach that?
Yeah, I mean, everything that y'all are saying, I wouldn't argue with. I think this would be the type of format where I'd love to be at like 107, 108. Like McBride and Bowers, 101, 102. Sure. I'd rather not do that still. I mean, it's something like this where you're getting 0.25 per carry. You get somebody like Lamar give you a 35 touchdown passing season with his arm, and then he's giving you 700 plus with his legs. I mean, it's just this would be one where I just wouldn't want to have to pull the trigger at 101, 102 at a tight end. Like I would love to be at that last pick where it's Daniels. You got McBride at 109. So yeah, I mean, absolutely, they're going to go first round.
Yeah, no question. They're going to go first.
What's because I think you could map it out, Ray, and say if I'm at 108, I'm not going to get what I want, but I'm going to get the cheapest version of what could be optimal.
Yep.
Because I think in a 0.25 point per carry, it doesn't feel good. But your Bijan, your Gibbs, those guys are outscoring the elite receivers.
Yep.
Almost always because they're getting the point per carry. So it's almost like if I know the league's going to screw up and they're still going to take Jamar and Justin Jefferson, like I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, you're going to let me get, Devon Achane at the end of the second because it's, you know what I mean? Like that's where I think you have to be flexible. But if you are at the 101,
let me give you one strategy here. If you're in a league like this and you see that situation playing out and you've already made a Bowers pick, you took a Lamar, Ty, this is where I would aggressively be shopping a future first to move back up. Like, oh shit, McBride is falling or Hurts is falling or something, and everyone's neighbors is gone. BTJ, I'm jumping back up and trying to get another one of those elite assets. I wouldn't mind trading future capital to get back into a draft like this if it played out that way.
There's a certain scarcity that comes with that tight end, and like the Bowers and McBride level of tight end that play a different position than half the players that we talk about at tight end. So I'm here for it if it makes sense. And yeah, Ray, absolutely. If I'm seeing that play out in front of me, that's a situation where you got to strike fast, and it's going to probably take future capital to get it done. Go get it done. Go get your cornerstone asset. But we appreciate you, Max. 20 Australian. I have no idea what that works out to. I barely know Canadian. So, I mean, we're here talking Australian, but all good. The didgeridoos or whatever. We got here Anthony West. Yes, bringing us a 12 team start 11 Superflex PPR tight end premium. I think it's +5. It looks like we got Caleb, T-Law, Dart, Genty, Hampton, Hendo, Harvey, Caleb, JSN, Hunter, Odunze, Rice, Ibuka, Bowers, McBride have all his future picks. Trade Caleb Johnson and a 26 second for a 27 first. Ray, this is literally a pay to brag. So we love to see it. And this is an incredible team. And Ray, when you have teams like that, it's all about trying to consolidate in the right ways. Are you moving that? The Stone shoes Caleb Johnson in a 26 second to get that Jeremiah Smith? What are you doing, my friend?
I mean, this is he's got a year 1, year 2 squad, right? You got all the damn rookie running backs, literally all of them. You're just missing that Quinshon Judkins, and you got like the top 6 from the class. It's a start 11, right? So the depth does matter, but the likelihood that every rookie running back from this class is going to smash, like there's just a lot of bets made on this 25 running back class. I don't mind this. I don't mind pivoting out of Caleb into a 27 first. I know a lot of people be like, oh, you just spent the first on Caleb and then you move a first and a second for a first. But now that the pick has been made, it's not like it's the 108. So with this team, Bowers, McBride, Ibuka, like I'm fine with it, man. I'm totally fine with this move.
Yeah. I mean, Scott, Genty, Hampton, Hendo, Harvey, JSN, Hunter, Odunze, Rice, Ibuka, Bowers, McBride. You have your 11 there, right? And I'm assuming we have some running backs on the bench. I'm assuming we have a couple of players. We're probably like, is that a situation where the math is mathing where, yeah, just give me the liquid pick? Or are you going to take the bet on all the rookie running backs this year?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Ray that this is diminishing returns. I mean, the odds are, I hate to look at it like this, but the odds that 5 running backs hold their value and keep their market from one class is extremely low. Now, you're trading from the lowest end of that. Caleb's value, I don't want to say it's depressed, but there's no excitement for him out there. There's been blurbs the last couple of days. He's not going to start right away. People are panicking, and it's like, okay, can I move? This is a little hot take, but can I move Travion Henderson for 2 firsts on this team and bank that? Because I'm looking at this team. The construction and the upward runway for this team is amazing, right? I have Bowers and McBride. You better not have another tight end on your team. I don't want any. You have 3 quarterbacks. One of them's not starting, but you have 2 that are probably good, but not elite. So having 3, I think, is a solid bet here. And then everything else is just first, second year players and a suspended Rice. So I'm not saying this team's even going to win the title this year. It might have some ups and downs, but if I can shore up my future by having the coveted 27 picks. And I don't even know if you can get the 2 first for Hendo, but you are kind of hedging a little bit by trading Caleb in a second for a 27 first. Can I really hit a home run and get 2 first for Hendo or get something different? Can I get an upgrade? But I'm fine with the deal as is. If I have a team like this, I'm looking, this is my 12th best asset at worst. I'll take the 27 first because I don't need Caleb Johnson to be good this year right away. What's the best outcome for him, Ray? If he's running back 15 this year and he comes on at the end of the year, are you even really getting more than a 27 first anyway? You know what I mean? He's a running back. So
if you want to do anything to feel like you gotta, I'm fine with it. Ask for a 27 first back and Damian Pierce. You know what? Just some.
Yeah, a throw in quarterback or running back.
Yeah.
Something makes you feel a little better. I love that.
Yeah, just a throw in, right?
Well, you know what'll make you feel a little bit better is knowing that the 27 first, the 11th place team on Dynasty Daddy, with their best players being Jefferson, Cam Ward, Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry, Geno Smith, Pacheco, Kupp, Kelsey, Ferguson, and no 26 first. Can't wait to catch it live. I mean, yeah. You tell me that could be an early 27 first with what we know today. It's hard to project up to 2027, but if the process says
receivers,
that, sure. Yeah,
and that's what they're spending all their future capital on with only Cooper Kupp.
They need that Caleb Johnson.
Yeah,
need that Caleb.
Need him. We appreciate you, Anthony. Thanks for sending the super chat. Thanks for always being a part of the show here. I think this is a new name. Ahoff. I'm not sure. You have to get Ahoff. It's an exclamation. Yeah, there we go. 12 teams, super flex, PPR. It's a start 11. You got to start 3 wide receivers, 2.0 tight end premium. We got Jaden Daniels, Dak, and Michael Penix. We got Dart there as well. Harvey, Judkins, Scattaboo, Tootin. We got all rookies again. CeeDee Lamb, Tet McMillan, Jay Higgins, Jack Besh. We got no matter what, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferg, and all of his future picks, plus 5 extra 26 seconds. Tore it all down last year, trying to build it back up. Got another team he wants to rebuild. Current offer is Penix, Scattaboo, Besh, and his 26 first and a late 26 second for Fields, CMC, Rice, DJ Moore, and Juwan Jennings. Ray, we've been talking a lot in the Discord on some Rice. We've been over DJ Moore. I mean, Penix, Scattaboo, Besh, a first and a second. Fields, CMC, Rice, DJ Moore, and Jennings. One of those sides is going to score a lot of points. One of those sides has a lot of hope. Where do those balance? Like, how does that scale balance for you?
I'm just going to give you my initial thought without looking too. So is he the side that's trying? Another team wants to rebuild, so he's sending away his Penix and Scattaboo for Fields.
Yes.
Yep. 5 for 5.
Tore it all down last year, but trying to build it back up. What's his team right now? Because I mean, if you're telling me scoring points in 2025, there's no doubt Fields, CMC, Rice, and playing 4 games, and DJ Moore and Jennings once he gets his deal, it's going to outscore Penix, Scattaboo. Jaden Daniels, Dak.
I don't want that Fields, Ray.
Listen, he's trying to unload Fields. I mean, what are you doing here, Scott? Someone's trying to get off of Fields and CMC and Juwan Jennings, all the assets that have limited upside outside of points this year.
We'll go back to it. We got a 5 for 5. So let's literally break it down. I think we'd probably, just for the sake of what I can do with them, I would take Penix over Fields. But it's not a crazy swap if you're looking for pushing it forward. You know what Fields does on this roster? That I have JD, Dak, and Dart.
That
allows me to go to Dart or Dak and go, I don't really care about them. Can I move one of them? I have a lot of quarterback options, so sure, I'm fine with that swap. I mean, Scattaboo for Christian McCaffrey.
I don't care if he plays 8 games. Christian
Jack
McCaffrey.
Besh for, let's be conservative and go Jack Besh for DJ Moore. I'll take DJ Moore.
I'll take DJ Moore.
Rasheed Rice and
Jennings.
Juwan Jennings for a first and a second. Like, that's a fair cash out price for those two. But if that's where I need to take my medicine, so to say, on the deal, like, that does not outweigh the fact that I could literally, after 2 good games, be flipping Fields for a first, CMC for a first, DJ Moore for a first. And it's like, I don't even need Rasheed Rice. I don't care if he misses half the season. So you got to accept this and then just go. I got a lot of money now to go spend and get other stuff.
That it's pretty clearly I could do way more with Fields, Rice, Moore. I don't give a shit about Scattaboo, Jack Besh. And then the first and the second is probably, like you, Scott, you said, fair cash out price.
Well, Ray, I'm curious, why is this a bad way to rebuild? It feels like you're forcing at least 2 legs of these trades just to get off of players that you can't move today, but like you're going to be able to move in week 2.
I mean, you just said it. You just said it. It's not having the patience for that to happen. That fear of something not panning out is why people send these offers.
They all get injured in week 1 and you're screwed.
Now I'm left holding the bag.
Yeah. You know who you're going to be left holding the bag on? Jack Besh when he doesn't
Jack
do
Besh.
any, or Scatterboo
Yes.
when he doesn't do
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
Right.
That's the
Yes.
thing, is you're getting young play. If this was another first and another second, like Penix, 2 firsts and a second, I could live with that price. You know what I mean?
Those players got to be better than that. And one thing I kind of took from you from the Discord, Scott, is when I am trying to rebuild or get younger, like the liquidity isn't in the named player. The liquidity is in the pick. I don't want Scatterboo and Besh. It almost would be better if it was picks, right? Penix, 3 seconds and 2 first, or whatever you come up with. Like it's better than you unloading that Besh and Scatterboo on me. Like, I just don't want to. I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, it's not the deal that solves every problem, but it gives you the tools to go and do something else with, and it's a deal you got to have a plan with. So, like I said, I agree with all the takes that have been said here. I think it's a good deal for the Rice side. I just think you got to make another move now. So just plan ahead, get your deals in the next show there off, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, is it Dylan Bensteiner? Test me with the names tonight, but we appreciate you for the 12-team super flex half PPR start 11. We got Lamar, Purdy, and backups, Gibbs, Kyron, Travion Henderson, Pollard, Judkins, and backups. We got Neighbors, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, DJ Moore, Trey Harris, Bateman, and Cans, Bowers, and Likely at tight end. Traded Ibuka, Devontae Smith, Mims, and Geno for AJ Brown, DJ Moore, and a 2026 second. So let's pause there. Ibuka, Smith, Mims, and Geno for AJ Brown, DJ Moore, and a 26 second. Scott, I see one of the highest ascending assets in Dynasty in Ibuka right now. I see Devontae Smith is kind of just in his bubble in that Philadelphia offense. Dope player, but probably a cap ceiling in a certain situation. You're going from that up to AJ Brown, who, he has a knee. He does have a knee. Yes, he might have to get it drained, but he was also one of the best damn wide receivers that played football last year. We got Geno and Mims on one side, DJ Moore in a second on the other. How does this kind of break down for you in that 12-team start 11 with, honestly, a team that has some star power at every single position?
Yeah, I'm looking ahead too. And
yeah, same.
Break this down, man. Unfortunately, I think it might be Dylan Ebensteiner, but either way,
we'll go with that.
Okay, let's work through it. Ibuka and Smitty probably. I
can do more with those two. I think Smitty is just a younger, like DJ Moore. I think they kind of are what they are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people right now would rather have Ibuka on their roster than AJ Brown. And
it's silly. AJ Brown is 28 years old and he's awesome, but people don't want him. The offense stinks. Fields, Hurts can't throw, and AJ Brown's hurt. So that's the narrative, right?
I could live with this deal. What I don't like doing on a team where I already have a really good squad. I hate doing neutral trades where I'm giving up the most liquid piece. Why? This team was just as good without AJ Brown and DJ Moore in the lineup. Even if Ibuka doesn't smash right away, if you think he's a good player, he's going to help your team and you don't need him right away. So I'm less likely to move him. I gave up Geno, who, sure, he's probably worth a second, but there's probably a world where an opportunity will come where I can get more than that or something different. And then Mims is a free throw. And I don't like the second deal. As much as we've kind of cracked on Garrett Wilson, well, I guess it comes down to go back to the quarterback room. We swapped.
It's Purdy and Lamar.
Yeah, so we went off Geno and then added Purdy back in the second deal. Okay, I can live with that a little bit better. I can live with that. I had a need for Purdy after I traded Geno.
Yes.
Yes, that second move. Caleb, Garrett Wilson, Addison for Purdy, Amon-Ra, Pollard, and Bateman.
I like that.
He's a clear favorite on Dynasty, Daddy. Scott likes that. Ray, I see you looking. I know you're trying to process probably both.
Yeah, I like the second deal. I'm not a fan of the first one, but I think the second one is fine. I think if you take AJ Brown and DJ Moore off of this team, and it's Ibuka, Devontae Smith, Mims, and Geno, like I think you're just fine there, because he said then traded Caleb, Garrett Wilson, and so he didn't even trade anything from the acquisition in order to get Purdy and Amon-Ra and Pollard. Like I'd rather have Ibuka, Smith, Mims, and Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that's also thinking like, well, I don't want to have two guys in the same offense, but I don't really care about that at a certain level. So, and again, it's not like you can't make a subsequent move for a Smith or an AJ Brown that makes sense. I don't mind moving off my QB3 when my room has that. And I mean, honestly, between Caleb and Purdy week to week, I don't truly care. And I feel like I'm pretty high on Purdy, but I will make that move. It means I can get something better. Smash that Garrett Wilson and Addison together to get Amon-Ra, add in a Pollard and a Bateman. We'll be just fine. Anything else on this one, Scott?
No, I think when you put these two together, a lot of it was just preference. So I think your team, just me, when I have a team that's already the number one team in the league, I don't have to necessarily get cute with my flexible pieces. That would be the only piece of advice. But you got a great squad, so you could end up smashing, and you can link us back to this and go, look, AJ Brown and DJ Moore both were top 12. They crushed it, you know?
Yep, hell yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know when we're wrong. We love that. Alec Malone, let's go. Redraft strat question. Okay, I'm sorry. It's okay. we accept everything put in front of us on the Dynasty Deal Show. Quick reactions. Old school shallow format. One quarterback, 12 teams start 7, 2 PPR. Everyone, a little context. He has Brian Thomas Jr. in round 9 as a keeper only. On top of every other player kept is Bucky. So it's a keeper league, BTJ, Bucky. Is Bowers at 103 a crazy move? Elite tight end translates pretty strongly to winning. He's won 3 years in a row, taking Kelsey in the mid-first during this run. If I'm wrong, just tell me to take Gibbs or Barkley. So, I mean, Ray, you're sitting there in redraft. Bowers is sitting there. At what, a 12-team, 1 quarterback, start 7, 2 PPR. What matters more to you there? Getting to the elite running back, getting into the Bowers?
Man.
Like, what works better for your roster construction?
This is interesting because, I mean, it's the elite of the elite. Start 7, 2 PPR. I'm assuming you have to start a tight end, right? Like, there is one of those 7 spots is allocated to a tight end. Another one is allocated to quarterback. What are the other ones, Scott? 2 and 3? 2 running backs, 3 receivers?
Yep, probably
in
only
this one.
Flex. Yeah.
I mean, every team is going to be freaking dope. Like, every team is going to be dope. They should be. So I don't think it's a crazy move. I don't think it's a crazy move. I don't play any 12-team start 7s, but doing the math, like, you're going to have to differentiate and dominate somewhere. And a Bowers and a Kittle are going to get occupied, and a McBride. So I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. Again, if I can be at the spot where I can I get Trey McBride as the last run of that spot? But I don't think it's crazy here.
No, like, you're dealing with the scarcity, and like I said, it's like, how much of your lineup is Brock Bowers there? Like, he's a massive part of your lineup, and yeah, you might be able to replace it for cheaper, but that also feels like a bet that I am happy to make is Bowers at that.
I don't
level.
want to stream tight end there. Like, I don't want to be playing around week after week with swapping out Njoku. Like, I just want to Bowers, Kittle, McBride, set it and forget it.
Yeah. And in that old school shallow format, you don't got those roster spots to really grind that stream either. Like, you are taking whatever's available. Scott, 1 quarterback, 12 teams start 7. Bowers at 103. You had Gibbs and Barkley also available. Like, where are you leaning?
So it's probably a 1-2-2-1 with a flex. That would be start 7. No joke. I would probably take Bowers. And if I could get another pick, I would take a quarterback before I took anything else too.
Yes.
Because it's one player is 14% of my team. If you really think, and you know what, if you took something else besides Bowers, I would consider like Lamar or someone like that. Now, I probably wouldn't do it this high, but I'm also guessing if it's a 1 QB, you may be able to get one of the top 4 QBs with your 2nd round pick.
Jalen Hurts would be right there.
Yeah, you have BTJ in the 9th already. So you're locking him into one of your starter spots that you're hoping is a at least moderate difference maker. So it's really going to be running back. So I think the thing with this league, I don't know how many roster spots, but I'm going Bowers. I'm going an elite quarterback. I have BTJ locked in, so my wide receiver 2 can be, Jacoby Myers, George Pickens. I can wait, but I'm taking shots on Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker. I'm ripping those running backs that are in the non-elite range. But if I get one of those guys that just approaches Gibbs or Saquon, like, I have a positional advantage everywhere. Now, On the contrary, the team that could beat you would be the team that goes, I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs. He blows up. And then they take maybe a quarterback to match yours. And then they're sitting there, they punt tight end, but they end up hitting on a tight end 5 that they got for nothing. But I would rather live in the I'm streaming running back than I'm trying to wish Brenton Strange can get close to Brock Bowers. So I'm with Ray. I don't want to stream here because then you guys been in those redrafts leagues where you're trying to stream tight end and you think I'm the fantasy analyst, I can get it right. And you're guessing between 2 mid guys and you're just every week you guess wrong. And I'm like, yeah, so in leagues like this, I'm going the other way.
In something shallow like this, Scott, I'd venture to say, even if you waited 6 rounds, your wide receiver 2 could probably be like Tyreek Hill. He's just falling through the cracks. Yeah. You know what I mean? You probably still can get an elite range outcome receiver later, but it just doesn't even matter. That would be, if I'm streaming any position in this shallow of the league, it's receiver.
Absolutely. Yeah. Scott, do you find that taking a Gibbs or a Saquon early would make you less able to take advantage of some of those running backs that are there through the 3, 4, 5, in those rounds there? Or would it not really matter if you did go that direction?
It's a redraft league. That's the problem, is you're probably going to have less activity overall. There's going to be probably no trading. So whatever direction you go, there was a show this week that Mike Leone put out, just a random show, but he was talking through these things because people are asking him random questions, 10 teams, start 8 keeper questions and stuff. And it is a math equation. Basically, instead of just chasing players, you really have to think about, Ray, if I take Bowers, what every other decision in my draft now is based on I took Bowers. So it doesn't matter what tight ends fall. It doesn't, you know what I mean? You have to stick with your plan. Even if the value is there, here's the problem with taking Gibbs, Ty. What am I going to want to do every time a running back that I think's a good value pops up? I'm going to go, oh man, I can hoard that Tony Pollard as my RB4. Meanwhile, you still don't have a tight end. You know what I mean? So you get caught into that trap where you think you're getting value, and what the hell is value in a redraft start 7? So I'm probably just trying to go for optimal construction, best bang for my buck.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we appreciate you, Alec. Redraft questions, any question, it's welcome here in the Dynasty Deal Show. Henman won. We just got out of a startup, me and Hen. So that was a grind over on League Tycoon. But he brought us a 12-team start 10 Superflex. It's a 2.0 tight end premium. Best ball total points, no matchups, no in-season management, just ripping the draft. Gibbs, Coker, and Theo Johnson. Get Jonathan Taylor, DJ Moore, and Evan Ingram. Ray, 12 by 10 Superflex 2.0 best ball. You draft, you trade, you see what happens. Gibbs, Coker, Theo, or JT, DJ Moore, and Evan Ingram.
Golly, man, I really want Gibbs, but if I'm hoping, as much as I dislike DJ Moore, that's a hell of a lot of hopium and Coker. And even more hopium and Theo Johnson. Is tearing down from Gibbs to JT and DJ Moore and Evan Ingram worth it? I think I'm okay with it. I don't know if what more are you getting for Gibbs? Can you, unless you're getting some picks out of the deal, but can you do that? Let me not change the structure of what he asked. Am I okay with this? If you want to press play on this, I'm not going to stop you from pressing play on this.
Yeah, he said he's mostly just focused with the season, so it's a question of whether I can do better than this. Scott, I agree. I can do a lot worse with my Gibbs. I think JT, there's going to be weeks where he outscores Gibbs. It's just going to happen. DJ Moore, we talk about, he is a replacement.
He's way over Coker. Don't even get it. It's way over Coker.
Way over.
Evan Ingram.
Love that bet. Yeah. Scott, talk to me.
Yeah, I think one of the factors here that drives this even more home for me is its total points. I don't care what a player does. Jalen Coker could be great back half of the year where he's very startable. It's possible. Same with Theo Johnson. But if you're telling me I'm just going strictly who's going to score the most, I'm probably getting 200 to 400 more points out of this team than Coker and Theo Johnson. Now, Gibbs probably outscores JT, but it's not by enough to make up for the fact that I'm getting 3 legitimate starters. More likely, guys like Coker and Theo Johnson are closer to what I could get for free off waivers than I'm getting 3 assets. So I agree with Hen. You're probably not doing better. This feels like you're You ever have one of those cars that like barely starts half the time, but somehow you get it to the dealership and they accept it, like trade-in value for it? You feel like someone bailed you out here. I'm doing the deal. Good deal.
Good deal. And I just want to say this. What some people might say is Moore and Ingram don't have a lot of flexibility and liquidity. Well, if Jalen Coker and Theo Johnson aren't very good, neither do they.
Especially best ball.
Like in best ball, neither do they.
Go, I don't even want to roster.
And exactly. Like you still have more with Moore and Ingram.
More with more. Love to see it. I used to have a van when I was in high school. I had to carry a 4-liter jug, like a milk jug, to make sure I could fill up the water before the radiator started smoking on me on the ride to school. So that was anxiety ridden and something the kids these days maybe don't have to deal with. But John K, 12 team start 10 super flex PPR, and it's a 0.75 tight end premium. We traded Ken Walker, Rashard Smith, and Hunter Henry for Kittle and Ray Davis. So Scott, the team is now Allen Fields backups, Gibbs, Taylor, CMC, Davis, and other backups, Chase, Puka, AJ Brown, Hunter, Bird, and Myers, Kittle, and Chig. I don't know what else is on the bench there. You've said, Ray Davis is just a guy, right? He's just a guy. He's not the point of the deal. You're getting to Kittle, but what is that worth when you trade my Ken Walker, Rashard Smith, and Hunter Henry in that deal?
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably guessing he needed a tight end here and was looking at he wanted to try to get a positional upgrade. Maybe he's a little worried about the Ken Walker injury stuff, which is valid. I mean, it's been pretty much a theme of his whole career. I do look at if Rashard Smith makes the team and has any role, like him and Ray Davis occupy the same thing. I'm hoping for opportunity, but it's not like I'm using them week one. I'm hoping there's pockets of the season I can use both. So basically you paid Ken Walker and a plus for George Kittle. I mean, Ray, if you had a roster where you had George Kittle and you wanted you may not agree Ken Walker is a potential hammer running back, but I kind of don't mind the other side. If I was willing to break up the Kittle, I could live with Hunter Henry, and Ken Walker might be an asset that I could use. I can see both sides. I'm fine paying this for a positional advantage. If we don't know the rest of his roster, but if he's flush with 2 or 3 other Ken Walkers, then I'm fine.
I'm just asking just to you guys, how much more is that 6 points per game worth at your tight end position relative to how much is that? Like, because Henry is not a zero. You don't have a zero.
Him and Chig, I like that platoon. Like, I feel like I could get not Kittle, but I'm not starting Noah Gray. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm if I were the other side and I were trying to parse ways with my Kittle, like that's something that I'd probably be okay with accepting. So
and look at his running back room, CMC, Gibbs, and Jonathan Taylor. So clearly he went to the bottom of his running back core and said, what's the best I can get? So I get it.
Yeah, definitely. You got Gibbs, JT, CMC. That's going to influence your decision. You feel pretty good about the top end of your running back room. Ken Walker, he's a flex option at best there. I don't mind trying to color up my tight end room, but like you said, Scott, like Hunter Henry and Chig, even that's a fine platoon. I'm not losing with that tight end room. And if I'm not going to win at tight end, I also don't want to lose. But it comes down to kind of like, Scott, we talk about what is it, the difference it makes when you do have one of those difference makers on your roster from tight end, and what do the other 11 rosters in my league not have. So I think if you can play tight end the right way in your league market, there's times where it would make sense to make that color up at Kittle. I don't mind the price. At the end of the day, you're trading Ken Walker, who could be injured, and our vision on him has completely flipped because we're in point scoring season. He's not actively scoring us points, or he could smash and it's whatever. But I don't mind the price and like using the stuff on my roster to color up somewhere else. Just again, and maybe not the first deal I go to, right? Maybe I try something different first before I land on this one. Anything else on this one, Ray?
I'll just say I know that we talk about trading for like these backup running backs as throw-ins, but the more that I listen to content from you guys, from Scott, the more I almost would rather have a damn third than Ray Davis. Like can I get a second? Like I just don't. Some of those dudes, I don't want them now. I want them when I want them, right? I want the thing that can buy that later, but I don't necessarily want like those I would try to opt for a piece back if I could, like some token back, a second, a third, some sort of more liquid asset like the pick.
Great. That's a great point. I think with this team too, I'm looking at this running back room. it's a deal we would accept, right? We could live with
Yes.
the Kittle upgrade. But I look at this team with Chig and Hunter Henry. I probably have a shot at maybe a top 12 tight end with one of those two. Not guaranteed, but I have at least 2 live bullets that I think are fine bets this close to the season. I would rather take that Ken Walker and just bank a 27 first. And just bank it. And you know what? I can probably get George Kittle.
Yep.
If I need it. And the beauty is I get to wait while George Kittle is on your roster. He could get a high ankle sprain, and I don't even want George Kittle.
Yep.
But if he's smashing, what is the ceiling of what George Kittle would trade for, even in the midst when he's having a tight end one season? Maybe it's a first, maybe a little plus, but it's not so high that I couldn't get back in it with that 27 first I have in my bank account. That's why if you could trade one of these running backs like Taylor or Kenneth Walker for a first, that gives you more down the road, especially with a good team. You have a good enough team. You take the field with this team, it's probably fine. You know, you're not falling so far behind, you're not making the playoffs. So I would just be a little more conservative with giving away my flexibility or blowing it now when I have an advantage like Walker. That'd be the only thing.
This is a key point. Like for anybody here listening to this now, if you're a member, you get the game before everybody else, right? But like you just said, Scott, this is one where if you could have just played it out a little bit more and just said, you know what? I don't need Kittle's not going to win my league today. I know you want to move him. I'm going to wait to the season and I'm going to keep platooning Henry and Chig and I'm just going to wait this one out until you absolutely have to move him or until I absolutely have to buy him. Like, I think if you can have a little bit of patience right now, like you might be able to get better advantage down the line because whoever was trying to move Kittle, they were trying to move him for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, you said something on Manic and Chill, I think it was a few weeks ago, and it really resonated with me. It was the question of value versus credit in a deal for a player. And we look at that deal that was just on the screen there. Ken Walker, Brashard Smith, Hunter Henry, Kittle, Ray Davis. Maybe it's Kittle, but all of these assets, and they're credit, right? Like you can't actually take that to market and actually get that liquid first in most circumstances. But if you add them together in a deal, you might be able to get credit for that kind of stuff. I don't want to make deals just to get credit. I want to find value where I can. So I agree. If I can find my way into a pick, I'll do that. But we also know there's managers who will just not move picks. And sometimes you have to kind of settle for the credit, and that credit better make sense for your team construction. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for that one, John. Appreciate it. And on to Jackson Tribe. 12 team, start 9, super flex. It's a 1.0 tight end premium. It's a 0.5 running back reception. Sent 26, 27, and 28 first with love for Lamar. I saw this one in the Discord. I don't know if we're chatting about on the All Gas Trade Show this week, but maybe we will. But this team, Bryce Young, Dart, Chase, Puka, Hunter, McBride, Ken Walker, RJ Harvey, and nice depth pieces. Year 1 of the league. Scott, we don't see 2 first moved in a lot of deals. We don't see 3 first moved in a lot of deals. But what about Jordan Love and 3 first across on layaway from 26 to 28 for Lamar Jackson? Where do your allegiances lie in the 12/9, man?
It's a ballsy trade because you're getting Lamar. So start 9. So you could literally just say, okay, I have Lamar, I have Chase, I have Puka, I have McBride. All I need to kind of fill that in is I don't need elite studs everywhere. You know, I already have literally 4 of the top, 12 players right there. So if just everything else I have is tolerable, you know, you hope like Harvey, Walker, Hunter, those guys are all way better than replacement level. Bryce Young, but even if they're just like replaceable good players, that's a big risk.
I just don't
anything goes wrong. You're in trouble.
I don't want to knock Jackson Tribe. He's a member of this community. He's a member of what we do. But man, like this is the stuff where when it goes wrong, I'm not saying he'll do it. People just bail. Like 3 first gone, Jordan Love gone, and it's not start 7. It ain't robust. It's not 10. It's not 11, but it is. That's a ballsy trade. I don't think I'm trading 3 firsts and another quarter. That's a ballsy trade, man. That's a ballsy trade. I would not do that. I probably wouldn't do that.
Would you take the other side, Ray, and just
probably, and
you would play it that you could do more with the other side,
I could take the 26 and 27 first plus Travis Hunter and go buy another quarterback. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not knocking it. I'm not doing that.
This deal doesn't exist in a 12 by 12, a 14. Like this deal exists in the shallower form. I don't know if that's shallow enough for me, man. Because again, you just don't see those deals all the time, and again, you have to pay that league safe out to 2028. You're making your commission do work as well. But Ray, I also want to just kind of vibe with me here. So these like Lamar Jacksons, Josh Allen's, like these elite level things, you don't get deals that come along that really fit what you'd be looking for anyways half the time. Right? These don't just like show up in your inbox. You got to grind usually to find some of these things. It is a lot easier if I have a Jordan Love for roster construction and then 3 firsts to go and do different stuff with. Like it's easier, I think, to get deals done when you have enough just kind of stuff, but you're also not taking back like 25 cents on the dollar here. You're getting 3 liquid firsts and a Jordan Love. Like I'm not even a big Jordan Love guy, but I think that's where that makes sense to move off the elite pieces. I'm getting a true 4 for 1. And 3 of those things are liquid.
Could I have, Scott, taken, let's say the 27 first, like the 27 first in Puka Nacua, knowing that I have Jamar Chase and then Jordan Love and buy another quarterback. Like I don't know if I want to, you already got Chase. I'm not sending 3 first and a quarterback for Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and the other feeling that I don't like is this team now has all the power over you for the next 3 years. You know, like you have zero control over. Everyone knows you made this deal. So if things start to look a little bleak for your team at any point, the litmus test is this deal's not ever coming back to you.
Ever.
So that's what makes it hard for me, is that I've given away all of my control and flexibility, and I have to thread an extremely thin needle in a game where, dude, in 2 years, we might be looking at half these assets as like, man, they're struggling to hold their value. You know, they're not elite, which means they're not going to hold their value. It's just a tough move. 2020.
Here's the scary psychological thing too. You moved all your first, and if you've got any sort of regret right now, you know what you don't want to move anymore? Them seconds. You're probably like, man, I've got to hold that second for some flexibility down the line. So when things come about to where you can move a second for Jacoby Myers, for Michelle Tootin, you're going to be so scared to not have any flexibility in the draft that you won't move them. You're just like, fuck, I'm not moving these picks. What we always do it, man. If I move that first, I'm definitely not moving the second and third. I mean, at this point, Jackson, you might as well triple down, trade all them shits, man. Go get make sure you're ready to get as many live assets as possible. Just triple down and go, because I'm not saying you messed up. It ain't none of that, but that's a big bet, man. That's a big bet.
Big bet. Jackson Travis said, I knew I messed up, lol, man. Here's the thing, right? You could look back on this, and that's Jordan Love, 110, 27. It's also the 110. Yep. Like, you can look back and be like, that worked out. It's a ballsy bet, right? And those deals do not come along. If I was the Lamar Jackson owner, I would have trouble turning that one down as well. I'm usually very disciplined. 20, let's be crazy. Okay. Send them all. Yeah. So yeah,
great spirit, man.
All in.
That's what
you got to do. Ray, I remember when we were in Royal Rumble, and I made a horrible trade with Chase. I sent away like Nick Chubb and something else for nothing, for pennies. Like Tyler Boyd was a main part of the deal coming back to me. And you were like, what? I bet the Ty doesn't. He's now scared to make that next deal because he feels like you can't lean into, oh, I think I messed up, therefore I'm gonna lock everything down. Like, no, like the one deal leads to the next. You're gonna get more deals in your inbox because people see that, know that you want a deal. You will get something done, and you'll make a big deal. Like, deals will come. Just keep it rolling. So good stuff, Jackson. Got Anthony West giving us sweatpants and Rays and Scots. Jay says Shane looks different tonight.
He got a tan. Shane got a little bit of a tan tonight. He got a little bit of a tan. He was on the beach.
A little bit. Let's go back to Dylan Eberstein. We'll go with that. 12 teams, start 10, half PPR. We got Baker, Stroud, Geno, and backups. RJ Harvey, Ken Walker, Najee, Benson, and Cans. Marvin Harrison Jr., JSN, Travis Hunter, Odunze, Mike Evans, Luther Burden, Ted Aurora, McMillan, Judy, Loveland, and Komet. Both them Bears tight ends. He has 226 first. One of them is projected top 5 and all of his 27 picks. What moves to make? I feel I'm good enough to make the playoffs, but not win a title. 12 teams start 10. So looking at this, he's got 3 quarterbacks with backups. He's got, a decently live running back room, but nothing like market moving. RJ Harvey's exciting. A lot of hope, a lot of youth in the wide receiver room. Loveland and Komet. Ray, looking at this, like, how are you feeling about this team out of the gate? Do you think it's a middle of the road, a contender, something you're looking to kick to the future? It has a lot of these things that people like. And so what are you trying to do on this team?
I mean, I'm not doing anything right now, but it feels like a playoff team, like a team that can get into playoffs. And these questions for me, what do I do now? I've been a bit, if you guys are new to Ray GQ for whatever reason, I don't know how you could be. Like, I just, at this stage of the process, like, you're not winning a fantasy championship August 15th. I think some of the worst, they said like money burns a hole in your pocket, and people sometimes just chill. Like, I think you could upgrade every damn position. Let me just start by saying that. I think you can upgrade your QB room. Marvin Harrison and JSN as your top receivers with Hunter and Odunze. Evans, I like your receiver room. Could you get better there? Yes. Harvey, Ken Walker, Najee, Benson, they could all be cans, right? Like that. I mean, probably not, but you get the point, right? You got Harvey and Ken Walker, and then you've got Loveland and Komet. Like, no, you're probably not winning as is right now, but you got a lot of flexibility. You have your picks. Like, I would chill right now. Baker and Stroud might come out hot. They're probably not going to stink. They're starters. You got quality players. Wait until some stuff starts happening. Like, just wait. I know it seems hard to put ourselves back in the mental state because Jamar Chase was the Triple Crown winning receiver last year. But 2 weeks through the season, people were talking about him. Has he lost a step? What's wrong with Jamar? Bijan's not scoring points. Gibbs isn't on the field as much as Montgomery. Like, there's a lot you can do here, but I just don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, to really, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Probably nothing. I'm probably waiting until
you're not in a hurry on any of these things because, like, it's not like those kind of long dart bets where as soon as something good happens in preseason, you're looking to move them. Like, these are you actually feel decent about them, and when they produce on the field, that's when there's going to be a true window for those guys. So I'm not in a hurry either there, Ray. As far as construction wise, is there anything you're changing, or is he constructed at least well enough for you?
I mean, I don't think anybody likes all in on those Bears. I mean, you are all in on those Chicago Bears. Odunze, Burden, Komet, and Loveland. I mean, you are in Chicago.
Yeah.
Sure. I think there's some moves he can make. But for me, I just don't. I have the discipline to do what's required when it's point scoring season. Right now, unless it's like porn, you know it when you see it. I'm not doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. Scott, when you look at this, it's not porn, but it is what it is. What are you doing? Do you have teams like this? And if you do, like, what are you doing on those teams?
Yeah, I have a few teams like this. And I think he said it early. He feels like this is a team that's playoff worthy, but not championship worthy, which I agree. With those teams, though, you can take one of two paths. I think with this team, here's my problem. It's a half PPR, right? And look at that receiver room. There's a lot of hopium at the top. You're already invested. Those top 4, like, you're expecting all of those guys to outkick their dynasty value because all are very highly valued dynasty receivers, but none of them are guaranteed to produce even wide receiver 1 numbers, right? So you're taking a lot of risk just with your receiver room being what it is. Then I look at the back end of this roster, and Ray, I'm sitting here going, if I set my lineup week 1, like, I'm benching one of Mike Evans and Jerry Jeudy. And those guys are one ankle sprain from they're dead on my roster. So there's some diminishing returns here. Like, if I have a team like this and I really feel like it's good enough to make the playoffs, but it's not good enough to win the title, can I shop a Mike Evans right now while he's healthy? Can I liquidate, get 2 seconds for Mike Evans and just bank it, right? Like I'm going to probably have to start one of Jerry Jeudy or Jalen McMillan or Luther Burden at some point. And for this team to take it to the next level, it's going to be those top 4 receivers. Both of my running backs need to show something. Like you said, you have nothing guaranteed at any of your 4 spots. So it's just a long shot that it all comes together. But if it does, what do I want to happen here, Ray? Man, I want Luther Burden to hit, right? I want Colston Loveland to hit. And guess what happens if Luther Burden hits? You're going, man, I got to sit Jerry Jeudy. That's diminishing returns for guys that have very little shelf life left in them, except for right now. So I would be fine just trading one of the Evans and Jeudy stand out as guys I could sell, but they feel more usable to my team right now, but they're also my wide receiver 5 and wide receiver 6. So bank those 2. I don't think it changes whether I'm winning or losing because I need other things to break right anyway. And you bank the liquidity like we've talked about all night. I'd rather have 3 seconds than Jerry Jeudy and Mike Evans right now. Sight unforeseen. I'll figure it out in my last flex spot or 2. And if I don't, guess what? I'm that much closer to not being in the playoffs and getting a better pick if I can tolerate one more year.
But where do you get the seconds from? You get them from the team that needs the points. Like no one's doing it. Like that's unless you could find somebody that needs
you got to send it out, Ray. I go to every team that doesn't look like they're dog shit.
Correct.
And I offer it for their 26 second.
Correct.
Their 27 second and a third. I send out 20 deals.
Yep.
19 of them will get rejected. If one gets accepted, somebody's going to go, dude, I just bagged Mike Evans for a second.
Yep.
And they think
you got to send it though, right?
Yes,
you got to send it
out there. You get him for this price. There's no haggling, nothing. I've decided to move them. I've decided to sell. It's like a garage sale. I don't want to sell stuff out of my house, but when I do, I don't wait till somebody shows up my door and go, dude, I said 10, but there's 2 people that want it, so it's going to have to be 20. It's like the first person that's willing to pay, I just sell it. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Ray, can I move that Geno and Evans for a future first, or could I take either Stroud or Baker and Evans and get like Jackson Dart and a 27 first? Like, can I do something like that where I'm getting points off of this? I'm aligning this team more so with the
what's he want to do though? What does he want to do though? Like it sounds like you want to make the playoffs, right? Like he said, I'm good enough to make what does he want to do? What is your direction? What is your plan? Right? Because if that's the case, I mean, I can advocate you need you need to move all of them. Baker, Stroud, and Geno.
Which receiver would you move, Ray? If you could tack that early 26 first onto one of those receivers and go get Bijan or Gibbs, would you do that?
Yeah. Yes.
Like that. That's the move where you're going the other way, right? You're not trying to nickel and dime.
You know who I would do?
You
know which receivers I would do it for? Every last one of them on that damn roster. Yep. There ain't one of them I wouldn't move to upgrade a running back or try to get into a Jaden Daniels. Not one of them. They could all go.
And the right roster that put a trade in here that said, man, my team's also in the middle. I got an offer of JSN and a first for Gibbs. We might be saying that's not a bad cash out price. Like there's somebody that would make that move, but I think he's trying to slow play it and dabble because he doesn't want to blow those assets yet. That tells me he doesn't feel super great about his team this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you are right where he said he would be. He's right. Like this is a 5th or 6th place roster as it sits.
Yep.
He's tried to move a few of the wide receivers, no luck. I'll tell you, if I have this team and I have some of these teams too, I don't want to spend the first to soup this thing up so it looks sexy for week 1. I want to try to fly under the radar, make the playoffs in that 5 or 6 spot and have the dark horse contending team. But I have all of my future stuff still in my back pocket. If it's a no trade deadline league, I can push in, when I need to, or I'm feeling much better going into next year and going into the offseason. So I'm not in a hurry to make moves. I'm trying to liquidate where I can and not have excess on my bench, but I'm not in a hurry to go and make this thing a league winning roster right now. So thank you, Dylan. You were an active member on the show tonight, and we appreciate it. We got one more, guys. We got a super chat from Adam Saba. Let's go. Superflex 12 team start 10. It's a 175 tight end premium. Acquire T. Higgins for a 26 first and Terrence Ferguson. I assume Terrence Ferguson possibly our boy Jake Ferguson, at tight end named Ferguson. So he has JD5, May, Penix. We got Genty, Bucky, Caleb, Judkins, Scattaboo. We got Justin Jefferson, Nico, AJ Brown, Ladd, Godwin. Oh yeah. Bowers, Arroyo, Likely, JT Sanders get the sweatpants moving. We got 3:26 seconds, a 27 first, and 2:27 seconds. We got liquidity, we got hammers, and we're trying to do something with it. So getting T. Higgins for a 26 first and Ferguson. I mean, the price for T. Higgins starts at a first. That's sight unseen. It starts at a first, but what else makes sense? Does Ferguson make sense there? Yeah.
I don't need T.
I'm with you.
I don't need T.
This is spicing it up so it looks sexier. That's all it's doing.
No, you don't need. If anything, you should be trading Ladd or Godwin. Like, you don't need to be acquiring another receiver and giving up a first round pick on top of it. No, stop. Adam, thank you for the super chat. We love you. Appreciate you. Put that back in your pocket. Put that first and Jake Ferg back in your pocket. You just don't need receiver. If you're gonna do anything, go upgrade something else. Like go. Shit, I don't even know what else you can upgrade, but you don't need a receiver. You don't need a receiver, so chill. Yeah,
man. I mean, you got Caleb, Judkins, Scattaboo, Arroyo, Likely, JT Sanders, Picks. All that shit's sitting on your bench. Your starting lineup's dope. I mean, you got Michael Penix on your bench. You know what I mean? Like, you set your lineup, it would have to go very wrong for this team to not be at least halfway cooking to start the year.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, this is one of those where I don't feel great about Godwin right now. But Ray, we've drafted a lot of best ball teams. These are the kind of teams I'll take Godwin on. Dude, he's my 5 and my 6. I don't need him until mid-season, most likely. So why sell on him low? Which you're probably going, I can't sell him for shit. So I'm trying to backfill with another sexy receiver asset. Here's what happens. What if Godwin's ready to go in week 3? You go, man, I have nowhere to start him. You know what I mean?
Talk through this, because he just said it. Start 10, puts T in my starting lineup. Talk, Scott. You really got to talk through it. Why is it okay to not have every position sort of, when you said it, you're just like, oh, I got studs everywhere right now. Why is it okay to embrace some of that? And you definitely, I'm telling you, dude, you do not want to move a 26 first he's an awesome receiver, but you don't need it. Like, you do not need it on this roster. Not right now.
Yeah, Adam gave us $10. So let's just go through it. So JD, I expect Jaden Daniels, let's just ballpark what they are above the replacement level at their position. I expect JD to be 20% more, maybe higher, right? Boom, right there. Drake May, I think he's got the potential to be higher, but I'll just give him credit as he is just flatlined. He's a great second quarterback, right? But probably I expect a little more.
He's a top conservative. He's a top 18 quarterback, and I'm being conservative there.
Let's give him top 18 would put him at replacement middle of QB2. So you're above replacement at QB2. Genty, he's a damn top 5 pick. Bucky, he's a top 10 pick at run. So you have 2 running backs. You're getting credit, right? Then you go, let's see, we have Jettas, Nico, AJ Brown, and Ladd, all top 12 to 15 receivers.
Correct.
Oh, and I have Brock Bowers, the best tight end in the league. You know what you can afford? A 6 in your week 1 lineup. And that means you can start any of Scattaboo, Judkins, Caleb, JT Sanders, Isaiah Likely. Hell, I have too many guys, but all I need to do is just get something. Your team's probably a 3-1 favorite to win most games. So that's why you don't need to fill your lineup right now. And trust me, as attrition starts to hit, you're going to go now, because you have some players that can grow into roles, right? Caleb, Judkins, Likely, all these guys could
and maybe some other guys on the bench we don't know about.
Right. So you have to expect that you already have a strong lineup. I don't need every spot to be smashing every other team. I have a feeling Adam's looking at, like, maybe there's another team or two in his league and he's like stacking up the top versus top. And like, I need to beat that guy every week. No, you just got to be in the mix. Definitely not worth a first. It is diminishing returns for sure.
You could go buy, I meant with one of those seconds, you could go buy that Mike. There are a litany of receiving options you could plug in with a second round pick and fill into that spot. If you need
go buy James Conner, Tony Pollard. And you know what? If they die in week 4, who cares? I'd rather have that happen than a first if you
Correct.
really want those points.
Correct.
Yeah,
Don't do it, Adam.
It's just, I have no issue adding Jake Ferguson to a first to get something in this league, but I don't need it to look perfect week one. I just don't. And
No,
if you're
175, Jake Ferg. I bet you he's close to T. Higgins in a lot of weeks. I mean,
yes.
Right. Absolutely. I think Jackson Tribe, everyone trading out of boredom just did it. July and August is when you have to be the most disciplined.
Yes.
I agree. And that's why you get your trades on the Dynasty Deal Show. So we appreciate everyone that tuned in this week. We got Boyan, Anthony West, Max FF, Anthony West, Dylan Eppensteiner, Alec Milan, Henman One, John K, Jackson Tribe, Jay Jackson, Adam Saba, and all of you for tuning in and watching. We thank you. We appreciate y'all. We are the Dynasty Deal Show, and we added this thing. Peace.